Alligators.
I know this is muted anyways.
Oh.
This is just for like
Alligators. You know the alligators live in there in the little canals that are right next to us. Like this is called Alligator Alley.
45.
Or not yet. Because they're fixing something. Alligator Alley. Because they have alligators living here. Alligators. Alligators. If you guys want a little snacky, let me know, okay? I have some snacks. You do?
The fun starts here. Whoop-de-doo. Tourist mode activated.
After a long drive across Florida, we finally arrived at Great Wolf Lodge Naples. And honestly, the second we pulled in, you could just feel the excitement. The giant lodge entrance, the lights, the energy, it instantly felt like we were stepping into a real vacation. The kids were already freaking out with excitement, everyone was smiling, and you could even hear the water park sounds echoing through the building. At that moment, we knew this trip was going to be special, so we grabbed all our bags, headed upstairs, and finally opened the door to our room, and wow! The room was super clean, comfortable, and honestly way bigger than we expected. It had this really cozy cabin-style feeling, while still feeling modern and relaxing at the same time. After the long drive, this was exactly what we needed. We unpacked, took a second to soak it all in, and officially kicked off our Spring 2026 Great Wolf Lodge adventure. After getting settled into the room, there was only one thing left to do: hit the water park. The second we walked through those doors, it was absolute chaos in the best possible way. Water slides everywhere, kids screaming with excitement, waves crashing in the pool, and honestly, it felt impossible not to get hyped. This place was huge. Every direction you looked, there was something happening. From the giant slides twisting through the building, to the lazy river, it honestly felt like an indoor water park paradise. The energy in there was unreal. You could hear lifeguards blowing whistles, water splashing everywhere, and families laughing non-stop the entire time. And the best part? The second we got into the water, all the stress from the drive completely disappeared. At that point, we weren't thinking about work, school, or anything else back home. We were fully locked into vacation mode. And trust me, this was only the beginning of the adventure. One thing that instantly stood out about the water park was how family-friendly everything felt. No matter where you looked, there was something for every age group. They had these huge raft slides where up to 4 people could ride together. And honestly, those ended up being some of the most fun rides in the entire park. Hearing everybody scream, laugh, and completely lose it on the drops made it even better. They also had a pool where people were playing basketball, which turned into a full competition almost immediately. At the same time, they had a couple of faster slides that were definitely more intense for the adults. Those things were fast. The second the floor dropped out from under you, it was game over. But what really made this place special was the entire separate kids area. Smaller slides everywhere, water spraying in every direction, things to climb on, and this massive splash bucket hanging overhead that dumped water on everyone every few minutes. You could literally see non-stop excitement on every kid's face the entire time. Honestly, it felt like the perfect mix of fun for both kids and adults. After spending hours inside the water park, we finally decided to head outside and check out the outdoor pool area. And honestly, the atmosphere out there was completely different in the best way possible. Everything felt way more calm, relaxing, and laid back. The Florida weather was perfect, the sun was out, music was playing in the background, and it honestly felt like a mini resort tucked right behind the lodge. The pool itself was super clean, really spacious, and perfect for just slowing down for a little while after all the craziness inside. But one of the coolest parts was the outdoor bar area. You could actually sit outside by the pool, relax, and order food and drinks straight from the restaurant without even having to leave the area. That honestly made the whole experience feel even more vacation-like. People were hanging out, grabbing food, watching the kids swim, and just enjoying the moment. After all the fast slides and non-stop energy inside, this ended up being the perfect place to unwind for a bit. And honestly, it was one of the most underrated parts of the entire trip. Once we finally dried off from the water park, we started exploring the inside of the resort itself. And honestly, that's when we realized this place was way more than just a water park. Everywhere you walked, there was something to do. They had a full climbing area, an indoor play zone for the kids, mini golf, bowling, and even a massive ropes course suspended high above the ground. Watching people try to balance across the obstacles while clipped into the harnesses was actually crazy to see. But one of the coolest things in the entire resort had to be the magic wands. Throughout the hotel, there were interactive games hidden everywhere, and with the wand, you could actually trigger effects around the building. You'd see kids running through the hallways casting spells at treasure chests, paintings, and different stations all over the resort. Lights would flash, objects would move, and every corner felt like part of a giant interactive game. Honestly, it made the whole place feel alive. It wasn't just a hotel anymore. It felt like stepping into a giant adventure world where there was always something happening around you. And the best part was, the fun didn't stop even after leaving the water park. Not only did this place have the water park, the activities, and all the dining options, but the entire resort itself felt like an experience from the moment you walked in. The lobby alone was absolutely massive. Right in the center, they had this enormous fireplace that instantly became the centerpiece of the entire resort. And built right into it was this huge interactive screen that constantly had something going on for the kids. But what really made the lobby special was the way they turned it into a gathering place for families throughout the entire day. One minute, kids were sitting around playing chess and checkers. The next, the whole area would transform into activities and games with families hanging out together all around the fireplace. And at night, the energy completely changed again. Music started playing, lights were flashing, kids were running around with bubble wands, and the entire lobby turned into this giant bubble party. Bubbles were floating everywhere, kids were dancing, laughing non-stop, and honestly, the atmosphere was incredible. But then, right when the night started winding down, everything became calm again. Families gathered around the giant fireplace, the interactive screen came to life, and story time began to help put the kids to sleep after a full day of excitement. The lights dimmed down, everyone settled in, and it created this really cozy, peaceful feeling throughout the entire lobby. Honestly, it felt like something straight out of a movie. The resort somehow managed to keep the excitement going all day long while still ending the night with these unforgettable family moments. After all the excitement at the Boathouse on Naples Bay, we decided to slow things down and grab dinner at the Boathouse in Naples. And honestly, the food did not disappoint. The atmosphere was amazing, the seafood was fresh, and the oysters were absolutely incredible. Sitting there enjoying great food after a full day of adventure was honestly the perfect way to end the night. The next morning, we decided to head over to Naples Beach and spend some time enjoying the Florida coastline before continuing the trip. And honestly, it could not have been a more perfect day. The weather was beautiful, the sun was shining, there was a nice breeze coming off the ocean, and the water looked absolutely crystal clear. The entire beach just had this peaceful, relaxing atmosphere that instantly slowed everything down. People were walking along the shoreline, families were out enjoying the day, and honestly, it was one of those moments where you just stop and appreciate being there. But one thing that really stood out to us was seeing the old Naples Pier torn down. After everything the area has gone through over the past few years, they're now in the process of rebuilding it, and seeing that progress in person was actually pretty powerful. Even with construction happening, the beach was still absolutely gorgeous, and the entire area still had that classic Naples beauty that people come here for. Honestly, it ended up being one of the most relaxing and memorable parts of the entire trip.